Right, just a bit more on NPS server. I said it was for kind of radius, and radius stands for Remote Authentication Dial-in User Service, and it just is an accounting sort of way, so it kind of sends it to the NPS server, and the NPS server checks through its policies and allows or doesn't allow internet access, especially when you're kind of using VPNs and dial-in servers, dial-up servers. They use the radius protocol to communicate with the NPS. Okay, so I'm just going to start looking at some of the bits on here. So I could create a radius client. So I'm just going, and I can put in my shared secret, which I'd have to have the same on the other side, and I can just use enter my one. I can do vendor specific, and I'll just press save. Whoops, I must have just mistyped one. So there we go. So I've just created a radius client. You can also use the remote radius, where you'd be using a radius relay one, well, radius proxy as it's otherwise known. I can also do the accounting, so I know where my files, where the logs are going. So I'm just going to quickly do that, and there, that's set up. We've also got all the different policies we can do. So we've got network policies, and we've got our connection request policies. So I can see what they are. I can change the conditions, the constraints. That if I create a new policy, it will make it a bit easier to see. So I'm just going to call this new. And when I've got conditions, I can make it so it's just part of a group within AD. So only certain groups can. I can do day and time ones if I just put permitted or denied. And I can select areas and allow people to do this. So let's just put that one in. I can also do authentication type, and I can use the NAS port type. So if I wanted to, I could just make it so that all wireless ones are affected by this policy. So I'm just going to go next, and if they, so at the moment, if they log in during this time and they're wireless, there'll be access granted. There's EAP types where you can add these in. I'm just going to leave it as the default. We can change the timeouts. This one's, you can put in more constraints. We can change some of the other ones so we can see how it's done, what the frame protocol is. We can add in some of the filters and change some of the other bits. So I've just created one to grant access. And there's also the processing order, just so lower the number, the earlier it gets used. So we configured the accounting, we've done a network policy, and we've created a Radius client. Okay, that's it for this video.